What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. People, in today's video, we are going to talk about, we're going to discuss really about the DA and the role they play in the GNU. Are the DA out of control? Is the DA out of order? Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Hold up. People, the DA, back at it again. So I'm trying to figure out, right? So I'm trying to figure out. The DA joined or applied to or got into negotiations with the ANC so that they could form a government of national unity, right? Cool. So when they did that, were they hoping to get into a position of power so that they can enact their own policies from a party perspective? Or did they do that in order to try and work together with the ANC and other parties to better South Africa? The way things are looking is like they wanted an in so that they could then apply their own party politics or policies into the mainstream. Because it's shocking how a party in a government of national unity can go to America on its own mission that includes national interest. Now, from what I understand about politics, right, the party with the majority gets to set the tone. Because if it wasn't for the party with the majority, you wouldn't be in the position that you are in now. Or am I wrong? Okay, so check this out. So let's just say, for example, you go into a business, a job. You go to apply for a job. You get hired. That company has its own policies, right? You come in there with your own home policies that you want to implement at the company. Does that work? So my whole point is the ANC did a disservice to the South African public because they got their just desserts because they thought by shutting out the MK and the EFF, parties that align more to their policies, or because of personal reasons, they put the country's interests into doubt. Now, you may say to me that the DA being in the GNU is actually a good move and a good look for South Africa. I beg to differ. How can we be a united country? How can we show a united front when we have two parallel governments? I mean, the South African government goes to America with the Minister of Foreign Affairs at the helm, representing South Africa. Next, the DA goes to America, going to represent South Africa. In what capacity? In what capacity? AfriForum goes to America to represent the Afrikaner people. In what capacity? That's just what I'm not figuring out. That's what I'm not understanding is how South Africa is actually working at the moment. You know what I mean? It's like we have people pulling in all different directions. So if you had to ask South Africans, what is the official policy on anything foreign? What would it be? What's South Africa's official position on anything? Because now we have different bodies going to speak on behalf of all South Africans in different formats. How does that work? How is this allowed to happen? I mean, are there no protocols? Are there no frameworks? Are there no legislation? Is there no? Uh, I just can't even think of anything. Like, I don't even know, man. So, can we just all do what we want to do now in the name of the country? Is that how it works now? So, I can just wake up today, start a party, start a civil organization, and go and represent South Africa without permission, without um, following due process. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's like we are now living in a separate country within a country. Very soon, Cape Town or the Western Cape might have its own laws. I mean, it's not a far-fetched idea if you come to think of it. For Craig is already calling for a separate country. I mean, he wants South Africa to be separated from the Western Cape. And it seems like the DA is now kind of like in favor of that. The DA's claim for creating a parallel government is that the ANC is not implementing government or government policies, but rather they are enacting party policies in which they feel is unfair. So, my thing is this: if you're not the majority, you just have to suck it up until you become the majority. Because as things stand, you could be replaced by the EFF or the MK, and they'll gladly jump at that opportunity. But before you can be replaced, you're going to go to America and secure funding and military assistance and all that. So by the time they decide to throw you out of the GNU, you have financial backing and military backing from America. Then you can actually wage a war. That is a smart move. That is a smart move. Problem with that move. Oh, yo. Problem with that move is I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think it will work in the long term because America needs a justifiable case for it to launch a military offensive in South Africa. What has South Africa got that America wants? That's the thing. South Africa doesn't have oil. Nope, it doesn't. South Africa doesn't have cobalt. Nope, it doesn't. So, what does South Africa have that America will come blasting through the skies to come and fight for the DA? What does South Africa have? It's sad that we got to this point. It's sad that now it's like we're going back to racial politics. It feels like now we are going to reenact the apartheid scenes that we thought were behind us now. And it just goes to show that not everyone in South Africa is about unity. So when you vote as South Africans, are we voting based on race now? Are we voting based on policies? Are we voting based on the lies that are being told? How are we voting? And why are we voting the way we're voting? Cape Town is obviously the best run municipality as judged by the facts on the ground, right? The audits show that. But if you really look at it, right, it's not like the entire Cape Town city or the entire Western Cape is well run or well looked after. I mean, the townships, they are fully neglected. I mean, there is just no way that you can compare the suburbs to the townships. There's an obliteration of black lives. Like it's just left you just left to rot basically. There's open sewage in some places and there's just no redress or interest to fix those open sewage systems. I mean, there's just derelict everywhere in the townships. And there's just no a recourse for the people who seek to fix or have those things fixed. I mean, yeah, there's also the point that people say like the people destroy the infrastructure. Yes, they do destroy certain types of infrastructure. They don't destroy like potholes and manholes and drainage systems. They don't destroy those things because they know they need those things. So it's the things that they want, not need, that they really destroy. Like your my city bus stops and stuff. They'll destroy that because they know ultimately there's taxes. Even though not everyone is in favor of that, but still they know there's an alternative, there'll be taxes. You see what I mean? But there's certain things that townships lack that the government could and should supply, but they don't. Why? Because it's race politics. Same as in the Kali townships. I mean, it's also neglected as well. Go to Menenberg, I don't know. It's just like they live to fend for themselves. And yet it's supposedly the best run city in South Africa, which it is if you're living in the suburbs. You know, the townships, it's a different ballgame. Yeah, man. Next, we get into the pros. I don't think there's any pros in having a parallel government to an official government, you know. But yeah, we see what we have. Huh? Let's get into the pros, right, of having the DA. People, it's nice to have an opposition party. It's nice to have a party that's well run, well organized, well financed, um, a party that has clear goals, clear objectives, clear policies, clear plans, clear visions for a country and moving forward. That, come on, it's priceless, right? That is totally granted and totally warranted. But when you have a party that's or an opposition that becomes almost like a rogue government, then that's no longer opposition politics. That is now rogue politics, if there's even such a term. Or maybe I'm the one who's coined it now, right? People, it's so embarrassing on a on an international scale, on an international level, where you get an opposition party disrespecting the official party that's in power. The official. I mean, it's almost like we have two presidents now. It's like Cyril Ramaphosa as the president and John Steenhuisen as the president. It's like the DA is doing as it pleases because they're white, because they can, because they've got money, because they've got financial backing from America, because they have the green light from America to do as they please. Just like how America and Israel are doing as they please in the Middle East. This just emboldens parties like the DA. Now you begin to wonder, guys, is it a good thing or a bad thing having parties like the DA? Because, like I'm saying, the pros is that they have good policies. They have all these great qualities that most parties, if not all parties, should have. That's a great thing. And they provide good opposition, which is a good thing in any political sphere. I mean, that's what opposition politics is about. You're supposed to put up a good fight to keep the ruling party on its toes. And that is what the DA provides in South Africa, right? They're a great alternative to the ANC. But there's a lot of things that leave the DA to be desired because they don't actually live up to their claims in most cases. But yeah, those are the pros that I can think of. Next, we get into the cons of the DA. Hala. The cons, there's not going to be many. Trust me. Number one, rogue status. Number 2, race politics. Number 3, oh, dude, I don't know if right-wing political parties believe that they're above the law. Right-wing parties believe that they are all connected to each other around the world, because that's what it's looking like now. Trust you me when I tell you this. The DA, right-wing, like the DA, American presidents, all the right-wing political parties that are in power in Europe, they are all connected some way, somehow, and it's all to do with race. Now, the negative thing about it is that the DA has now exposed themselves what they really are, right? Race politics. Now, it shows the ANC made a bad choice by leaving out the MK and the EFF. Now they have to backtrack. And not only that, the DA themselves have to also backtrack, because now they are in the GNU, the Government of National Unity, and the ANC is implementing policies that the DA does not agree with. And the DA has no choice but to go along with it, because they are the government. How do you like that? Imagine you are being part of a group that does everything that you disapprove of, and you have to co-sign it, even though you don't believe in it. Damn, guys, this is big. This is big. Let me know what you think about this whole DA-GNU combination, whether it's working or not working, whether the DA should walk out of it, or should the EFF and the MK step into their places. What should happen? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holler.